Millions of South Africans woke up today wondering, is it true? Is there really an extra R2500 SASSA grant plus free electricity starting from the 10th of July? Let's break down what's really happening, because so many pensioners and grant recipients are desperate for clear answers right now. Here's what you need to know. The Department of Social Development and SASSA have confirmed ongoing adjustments to social grants, and alongside this, several municipalities are rolling out their free basic electricity program for registered indigent households. That means if you receive an older person's grant, disability grant, or child support grant, and your household income falls under the indigent threshold in your municipality, you could qualify for free electricity units each month to ease your bills. Now, about the R2500, while there is no official announcement of a new standalone R2500 grant, here's where this figure is coming from. The older person's grant maximum payment currently stands at around R2,180 for those below 75 and R2,200 for those above 75 after the April increase. However, beneficiaries who also qualify for supplementary grants, such as the grant in aid for frail care or disability, or receive municipal rebates and food parcels, often see their combined support nearing R2,500 monthly in value. Some municipalities are offering additional relief vouchers or food support worth R300, R500 alongside these payments. From 10 July, several local councils in Gauteng, Western Cape, and KwaZulu-Natal are expanding their free basic electricity registration drives. This means if you haven't registered for FBE before, you may now do so with your ID and proof of grant or income status. So before you scroll away or dismiss this as another rumor, check your municipal indigent policy today. Make sure your SASSA details are up to date, because missing out on these benefits can cost you hundreds every month. We're here to bring you real solutions and verified news that directly impact your pocket, dignity, and daily survival in South Africa. So now that you know the real situation about this R2500 grant and the free electricity rollout, let's sit down together and unpack every detail in a way that makes sense for your daily life. Because let's be honest, with prices of mealie meal, cooking oil, transport, and electricity climbing higher than ever, each rand matters. And for many pensioners, especially those who live alone or take care of grandchildren with only their SASSA money, it often feels like no one is telling the full story. But here, you will hear exactly what's happening and what to do next, without all the confusing official jargon. Firstly, let's talk about the reality of these grants. When the government announces an increase, it's often only R10, R20, or R100 extra. Many of you have told us it feels like an insult compared to the prices at ShopRite or Spar these days. Right now, the older person's grant for people under 75 is R2,180, and for people over 75, it is R2,200. This was after the recent increase in April this year. The disability grant is also R2,100, and the war veterans grant stands at R2,200. The child support grant is R530, and the foster child grant is R1,180. But if you qualify for grant and aid, which is R510 per month, for those who need permanent care due to frailty, illness, or disability, your total SASSA income could go up by that amount. However, when people hear R2,500 SASSA grant, it's usually referring to the combination of your main older person's grant and the grant in aid or other additional municipal relief vouchers provided in your area. For example, some pensioners in parts of KwaZulu-Natal are receiving a R300 food voucher along with a SASSA payment this month, distributed via Municipal Social Relief Program. That is why it is so important to keep your municipal indigent registration updated, because these extra benefits are not automatic. Now, the big question is about the free basic electricity, also called FBE. Many pensioners tell us that they see this on municipal websites or hear it on the radio, but they never actually receive it. Here's why. Free basic electricity is only given to households registered as indigent with their municipality. Each municipality sets its own income threshold. For example, in El Tequini Metro, your household income must be under R3,500 per month to qualify for 65 kilowatt hours of free electricity every month. In Cape Town, it's slightly different, where qualifying households receive 60 kilowatt hours per month, and in Johannesburg, it ranges between 50 and 100 kilowatt hours depending on your property value and income status. To apply for free basic electricity, you need to visit your municipal offices with your South African ID, proof of address, and your most recent proof of income. For seniors, this is usually your SASSA card or grant slip showing your monthly payment. The municipality will capture your details and register your prepaid meter to reflect the FBU units automatically every month when you recharge. If you do not use prepaid but are on a postpaid system, the units will reflect as a deduction on your monthly municipal bill. But here's something many seniors do not know. You must reapply for this indigent support every year in most municipalities. If you forget to renew it, you will stop receiving these benefits, even if your situation hasn't changed. People often ask, why is this only starting on the 10th of July? The truth is, free basic electricity is an ongoing program in South Africa. But many municipalities do registration drives at certain times of the year to onboard new households or re-signal existing beneficiaries. From 10 July onwards, municipalities in Gauteng parts of the Western Cape like Khayelitsha and Mitchell's Plain, and in KwaZulu-Natal like Durban Central, Umlazi and Inanda are conducting registration and renewal drives. This is why you may be hearing it in the news or seeing local councillors encouraging seniors to register immediately. Another concern is that pensioners often get scammed with false promises of grants or electricity rebates. Remember this, SASSA does not charge fees to register or to apply for any of its grants. Municipalities also do not charge you to apply for free basic electricity. If someone calls you, messages you on WhatsApp, or visits your home claiming to process your grant or FBE application for a fee, report them to your local SAS station or municipal call center immediately. Scammers know that seniors are desperate for relief, especially during winter, so they target them with fake registration services. Protect yourself by only going directly to municipal offices, official SASSA offices, or authorized community halls listed on your municipal website or community radio announcements. Many pensioners wonder why the government does not simply increase the older person's grant to R3000 or R4000 to match the rising cost of living. Economists have explained that the budget constraints and rising debt repayments in South Africa limit how much grants can increase each year. However, advocacy groups like the Black Sash and HelpAge SA continue to push for a minimum of R3000 per month to ensure seniors live above the poverty line. While this has not yet been approved, government departments are looking at alternative relief like food parcels, indigent rebates on water, sanitation, electricity, and even property rates to reduce your monthly costs indirectly. You might also wonder what to do if your grant application is delayed or declined. If your older person's grant is still pending after 90 days, visit your nearest SASSA office with your application receipt. Ask to speak to the office manager to escalate your case. Sometimes delays happen because of missing documents, such as bank statements or proof of marital status. For free basic electricity, if your application is not processed within a month, visit your municipal customer care center with your reference number to follow up. Do not sit quietly if you do not see your benefits. Persistence is key in the current system. Some of you listening now might be thinking, but I've never heard of Grant and Aid. How can I apply? Grant and Aid is specifically for seniors or people with disabilities who need permanent care from another person because of illness or frailty. For example, if you are bedridden, partially paralyzed, blind, or need assistance with bathing, feeding, or mobility, you can apply for Grant and Aid to help pay for your carer. You will need a doctor's report stating your condition and why you need daily care. Applications are done at your local SASSA office, and the payment is added to your main grant monthly once approved. Let's also talk about how you can budget your grant better. It is very difficult to stretch R2,200 across an entire month, especially if you pay electricity, food, and clinic transport. Many seniors have shared simple strategies such as shopping in groups to split taxi fare, buying vegetables at closing time when sellers reduce prices, and switching to cheaper starches like samp or sorghum. Some community centers run pensioners' meal days with a free plate of food. Even though this does not solve everything, it can free up a little money for your electricity or chronic medication. Look around your area for churches or NGOs that run such support programs. You are not alone in the struggle. Another critical issue is safety. Many pensioners are attacked on grant days because criminals know you are carrying cash. If you can, withdraw your grant inside a supermarket till point rather than at an ATM. If you must use an ATM, go with a trusted family member or neighbor. Also, if your SASSA card is damaged or lost, visit your post office or SASSA office immediately to block the card and apply for a replacement. Do not give your PIN to anyone, even if they claim to be SASSA staff. Some seniors ask whether the government will ever replace these cash grants with food vouchers or direct food deliveries. While there has been talk in Parliament about exploring food vouchers to control food inflation impacts on the poor, no final decision has been made. For now, cash grants remain the official method because they allow you to choose what you need most. Another common question is about funeral policies deducted from SASSA grants. If you did not authorize a funeral policy but see monthly deductions on your slip, visit SASSA immediately with your ID and request a stop order reversal form. Many policies are signed without full understanding, often by brokers visiting pensioners' homes. You have the right to cancel these deductions if you did not agree to them. Let's return to the free basic electricity program before we close. Remember, registering for FBE does not stop you from buying extra units if you use more than the free amount. For example, if you receive 50 free units and finish them in 2 weeks, you will need to buy additional units as normal. The free units are simply loaded onto your meter at the start of the month. Also note that if you skip registration or miss your annual reapplication, your free units will stop until you reset. Many of you are wondering, will this benefit really make a difference? The answer is yes. Yes. Even though it may feel small, saving R100Q or 200 a month on electricity can mean an extra loaf of bread, 2 kg of rice, or even bus fare to the clinic. Every rand counts when you're on a fixed income. That is why it is critical to stay informed, follow verified news updates, and register for every benefit you qualify for. Before we end, here's a final reminder: always keep your SASSA cards safe, check your municipal indigent policy every year, and encourage your neighbors or fellow pensioners to register for free basic electricity if they have not done so. Share this information widely because knowledge is power, and together, South African seniors can stand stronger against poverty and misinformation. Thank you for taking the time to learn the full truth about your grant, your electricity benefits, and your rights. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and share it with others who depend on SASSA grants. This is your channel for verified real-time updates and solutions for your daily life in South Africa. Stay strong, stay wise, and until next time, keep your dignity and hope alive.